Tonight on It's a Wicked World, we look at Beatles tribute acts. For nowadays it seems you can't turn into a street corner without bumping into another Beatles tribute act.
Mind where you going, will you, soft lad?
I do apologise. The Mersey Geeks, the Beat-Ups, the Deadbeats, Jerry and the Peacemakers, Billy Bob Kramer, the Plastic Homo Band, and Silicac are just a few of the people that have left their indelible mark on the never-ending Beatles tribute circuit. But what is that magic ingredient, that indescribable golden touch that goes into making a successful Beatles tribute act? Tonight on It's a Wicked World, we lift the lid, dig deep, and ask the age-old question, Beatles tribute acts, where do they all come from? Beatles tribute acts, where do they all belong? We start with Pete Worst, an Australian Pete Best tribute who hails from Australia. Pete has proved to be a major success, not only with a massive female following, but also a strong male following too. So Pete, how does it feel to have such a massive female fan club?
Oh, it's ripper, mate. I'm happier than a family of dingoes munching on a koala bear's ribcage.
And what about the men who follow you, Pete?
I don't want to continue.
Surely you've heard of the expression, a queer eye for a straight guy.
I tell you, mate, it'll be a black eye for a gay guy if any one of them comes near my backside.
Another popular tribute on the circuit is Birmingham duo Peter and Maura.
Because it's great, you know, playing at the Cavern Club. It's like a dream come true for us, you know. And because it's like holy ground, you know, it's like as though you're in a, you know, a sacred place, you know. And to think that they actually stood on the exact spots that you're playing.
No,
it's amazing.
They never stood here, though. It's moved, isn't it? It's not the original. It's moved. The place is moved.
What do you mean it's moved? Do you think it's on wheels or something?
No, I'm telling you, the original place was filled in. It's right, it was filled in.
I'll fill you in a minute, you nubbin.
Oh no, there's no need to get touchy.
I'm not getting touchy.
You are, you're getting touchy. I can tell.
I'm not getting touchy.
You are, you're getting touchy.
Oh, piss off, will you?
What's wrong with him?
Some of the more versatile tribute acts are more than happy to have their talents exposed to their fullest potential. For instance, if there's no venue for her to perform, then Silicac is more than happy to be used as a foghorn on the River Mersey.
I'll be in the dark for the moment we live. All right, Chuck.
John Lennon once said that violence begets violence.
What the hell was that?
It was a piece of bread. I've run out of baguettes.
The thing about John and his songs is very peculiar because he channels me and sends me songs. He sends me songs all the time, and when he does, it's a wonderful feeling. And his voice comes into my throat. And only this morning I was having breakfast, and his voice appeared along with this song, and when that happens my voice changes completely. It goes like this, and when it did this morning, this is the song that came out. Love! But it's not only the performing acts who feature heavily in any Beatles festival, the guest talkers too are also a predominant feature. Here's Beatles press officer Tony Barrow.
My cheeks weren't quite as rosy as what they are today. In fact, they were quite bland in comparison to what you see before you right now. And I do remember Alan Williams and myself having countless arguments, about who had the rosiest cheeks. I do remember that.
My cheeks were always rosier than his. I don't know where he gets off saying he had rosier cheeks than me, because mine were always rosier. Even in the 60s, my cheeks were rosier. Not as much as now, but they were rosy.
Do you want a drink, Al?
Yeah, can I have a wine this time, please? What was that?
It was a wine.
Oh, piss off.
I asked Tony Bramwell, former head of Apple Films, how long he'd been wearing the same jacket.
Yeah, I think it was 1963. No, 1964. No, 1965. I think.
Klaus Forman has changed somewhat over the years, but is still a firm favourite at Beatles festivals.
Yes, I have changed over the years, but the beauty of looking like I do now is that I can share my hairstyle with George Martin, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Yes, I use my hairstyle every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and Klaus has it Thursday, Friday and Saturday. I don't know who has it on Sunday.
Pick! House! Girls! Drink! Pick up!
But I'll never forget the first time that John Lennon showed me his bits and pieces.
Who was a lucky boy?
No, I meant he showed me his limericks.
Mummy!
And I was very impressed. And I said to him, would you like a column in the Merseybeat paper? And he said yes. And so without hesitation, I gave him one.
Pete Best is a man who knows all about being let down. Washed up, left out in the cold, I asked the original Billy No Mates what he remembered about that fateful day in the early 60s.
I was called into Brian's office. Okay. And I could tell he wasn't his usual bouncy self. Right. And he seemed a bit distant. Okay. Like he was trying to hide something. Okay. And then he dropped the bombshell, Okay. That was when I got me marching orders,
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
So what about the day when you all went to Blackpool? Can you tell us about that, please, Pete?
Myself, Brian, Cynthia and John, we all went to Blackpool to see the hallucinations, Well, I had my leather jacket on,
So you had your leather jacket on?
And Brian tried it on.
What? He tried on your leather jacket?
No, I mean, he tried to get, suggestive,
Suggestive?
No, suggestive. Okay.
Suggestive?
Suggestive.
Suggestive?
Well, what I mean is, he tried to get sexual. Okay.
Sexual?
Sexual, right.
Sexual?
Pete, would you care to spend the weekend with me in Blackpool? I'd love to take you on a few rides, and, I'd definitely love to take you up the tower. Yes.
No thanks.
I'm sorry.
I don't like roller coasters.
Roller coasters?
Or sticks of rock.
Sticks of rock?
Or donkeys.
Stand and Deliver, a George Harrison tribute act, is a man who knows more than a little about stage presentation.
1, 2, 1, 2. Like to carry on with the song now by George Harrison.
Get off.
All right, you divvy. Do you want to wake up with the crowd round you? Gobshite. Knobhead.
So Stan, you're an excellent George Harrison tribute, I have to say. Where do you get your charisma and presence?
Well, I usually get them off me aunties and me uncles. I don't get any off me dad, because him and me ma have split up. But that's where I usually get me Christmas presents from them, you know. Why, where'd you get yours from?
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to finish off. Sorry, but so we'd like to finish off with a song called Long Tall Sally. Thank you very much and good night.
Good night.
A double Mac. You're identical Irish twins. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. We're from Ireland. Yes.
And are you also both aware that you talk in unison?
Yes. Yes, we are, but there's nothing we can do about it, because we are identical brothers. Spoilers.
I'm gonna carry on with a song for Ringo, because I like Ringo, do you? Bloody love him, I do. And this is one of my favourites of his. This is Photograph. See, I think that I'm unique, you know, because like I'm from Wales. The thing about me is I'm a cross between Bing Crosby and Ringo. And I'm unique, bloody hell. There's no one like me, and that's what people like, And during my show, I always say, look you, and you look and there's no one there. But that's me, that's what I'm about, and I'm bloody, for Christ's sake. I talk like Ringo as well, so it all helps.
One of the more surprising success stories in recent Beatle convention years are the Amazon Beatles. These four lads from a lost cannibal tribe in South America stormed into last year's Beatles festival and proved to be a resounding success. But just how did four men from such a remote part of the world go on to form one of the more unusual Beatles tribute acts?
Well, a guy from Liverpool, you know, believe it or not, he lost his way in the jungle, you know, and he stumbled upon our tribe, you know, and in his haversack he had a DVD player, you know, and loads of Stevie Riks DVDs, you know, available from his website, you know, and we just, you know, played them continually, you know, over and over, you know, and that was all, you know, yap yap.
So what happened to the guy from Liverpool?
He ended up in the pot.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, he was the best palace scouse we've ever had.
So there you have it. When all's said and done, at the end of the day, it gets dark. And whether you love them or loathe them, Beatles tribute acts, it seems like, are here to stay. And there's an old saying I've just invented, which goes something like, if you can't beat them, then join them. From It's a Wicked World, until next time, don't have nightmares. Good night. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. And she doesn't necessarily care. So Pete, tell me, after all these years, are you still bitter?
Yeah, no, I drink lager, yeah. And can I have a packet of crisps as well, please? Smoky bacon, please. Cheers.
What's my name?